What's going on, guys? Welcome to Wired Wednesdays. I am here with the veteran miner. I am hosting this week, so welcome everyone. I do have the chat over here. Let me know if the audio is a little too loud. I know Hawk isn't here yet for the audio engineering, but let's see. What's up, Crypto Craig, Patrick Murphy, Crypto Perks, Turtle Tech, SMI, Integra Guy. What is going on, everyone? Thank you for stopping by. I think this is probably the first time me and Dave kind of hopped on last second to do this. So
super last second today.
Yeah, that's okay. We've had a busy day.
Yeah.
But we'll start with you, Dave. What were you doing since last Wired Wednesday?
Just looking over information about like Vast AI, getting situated for Cypherpunk.
Yeah, we booked a hotel actually. If anyone watched, sorry to cut you off, Dave, but
yeah,
if anyone is here, what is it, Sunday the 24th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be in Fort Lauderdale Beach, so we're gonna be bunk mates for a night. But if anyone's gonna be here, we will be here. So
yeah,
what's up, Max? Cool. Yeah, so sorry, Dave. I just wanted to throw the invite out there for anyone going to Cypherpunk.
That's right. It's going to be nothing but great stuff. So getting the shop organized more. I was talking about how I want to see what I'm going to do with the SATA cables and the heat shrink and sleeving, and start probably putting that on the website by the foot. And, you know, the SATA cables, probably sell that on the website as well. So the website's under construction, but if you're interested, there's a couple of pictures right now about like the SATA cables that I'm going to be carrying. But once they're sold, they're sold. That's it. I'm not going to be carrying them ever again, basically, unless it's like a real need. It was just what I needed to purchase when I got all that sleeving from the other company that was going out of business. So it was like a package deal. I had to purchase a number amount of things to get the sleeving. So okay, that's what I've been working on the website always. Besides that, making some cables for the Mining Kiing, the 10-pin to dual 8-pin, and making the PCIe 8-pin to dual 8-pin. So it's pretty cool. That's what I've been doing, you know. And now, how many days we have left? How many days till Cypherpunk?
Oh, it's Wednesday and Thursday. I thought it was Tuesday for some reason. Max Volch just said that him and Goat are going to be in Tuesday night, so we'll have to get together, Max.
Mm-hmm.
And
definitely,
yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, it seems like it's come up so quick, but I guess Mining Disrupt was really only a month ago. Was Mining Disrupt at the end of July or August? It was the beginning of August.
The end of July.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it was like the last couple days of July, right?
Yeah, the 25th, 26th, something like that.
Yeah.
Same thing as, you know, this month. So it was 2 months from my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was
I'm
just
gonna
over
put
there
the,
2 months ago. That was a fun time.
I'm gonna put the pin real quick. If anyone wants to call in, you're more than welcome today. My camera is like right on the chat, so I'm gonna try to figure out how to move this. Max said the contrast is real different between our backgrounds, Dave. Yeah, we both have the same colors, I think. So I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. I got this camera. I think last week was the first time I used it, so I got to get some stuff behind me. Everyone has such cool stuff. So Dave's got flags, not my flag ever, but he's got cool flags back there.
He
So.
said, "Not my flag
Yeah,
ever."
no, I'm wearing your shirt, Dave, too. You know, it's like I'm just gonna put veteran miner shit all behind me. It's gonna be just your cables hanging from the whole ceiling there.
I just, where do you get your flag? Didn't you make it yourself?
No, I have one flag actually. It's a
That's
Terra.
what I'm saying. Like you had that made, right? Like you just had that made. It wasn't through
No,
a
it was
company.
a gift. I got it as a gift, but it was
Okay.
There's only one. I probably should get other ones. Maybe whenever Terra does it, I'll tack on to that order and get a couple. But
You need to.
yeah.
So I have the shop.
No,
I'm gonna put flags in the shop. I think I'm gonna take this down. Actually, all the flags back there. I think I'm gonna take it down and put it in the shop.
Okay, what are you gonna put back there then?
I don't know. I'm thinking. I guess I'm not sure yet, but I think it's time to switch up the scenery.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, it looks nice. It's pretty cool, but it's just like I don't have everybody's flag there, so it's just like I think that I'll change it up, change the scenery up, and then when I do videos at the shop, you'll see the flags there too. Kind of like when you guys have all the flags of Terra.
Yeah.
So.
The whole Terra facility is just like the whole wall. All the walls are. It's every time we go up there, actually, like one has fallen because there's one wall that is like drywall, and so you can like put tacks in it. Mm-hmm. The other wall is cinder block. That's like, I mean, to drill into it, you get, it's not that bad, but it's all Velcro. We have it held on with Velcro, so that's not working out too well. But now we got DJ Mines. What's up, man? Mines some 10. What's going on, dude? So yeah, I mean that's kind of I don't know. I'll look into the flags because I know you've been asking me every day, Dave. You're like, please give me a flag. Like,
yeah, what's going on with that?
Yeah,
you've been around before me, Mike.
Yeah. Well, I do want to touch on one thing real quick. I'll switch back to this because I learned a little bit more about this for anyone that cares. This article after or is it up here? Yeah. Okay. I know. I mentioned last week with this article for this company Riot in Texas. How they made 31.7 million, but I didn't understand really the way that they made this money. And I was talking to someone who knows some of the owners of Riot, and he was saying how they actually make it is in Texas it's like unregulated for the utility companies, so you can basically pre-buy electric, just say for like 6 cents a kilowatt, and then during high times they can sell that back to the grid, basically the utility companies. So it's like almost like investing in a fixed rate electric and then being able to sell it and hedge that when it's needed. So I probably butchered the explanation of that, but I did want to kind of mention that because I know we touched on that last week. So does that make sense, Dave? Did I make that make sense?
I think it made sense.
Perfect.
I'm following you.
I appreciate it.
I get it. I support you 100%, Mike.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Dave. But yeah, Cypherpunk has a whole bunch of really cool speakers. That's really what I'm excited about. Wendy, I know I've seen her on Twitter, very active. Mm-hmm. The Benjamin Ditcher, I'm not too familiar with a couple of these people. Of course, Davey there. We got Jeffkey, of course. Got some interesting people. Looking forward to this. Anyone you're looking forward to in particular, Dave?
No, it's just that there's a lot of speakers there. There's gonna be a lot of speakers. So it's going to be a lot of content, a lot of info that's going to be there. So, I'm excited, right?
Yeah.
So
I met this guy, Seth, Mind Your Biz. I met him. Oh, it wasn't even a conference. It was like a Bitcoin. I think the main Bitcoin conference down in Miami. Mike and I got dinner with him and Serpent X Tech. We all went out to dinner at the Hard Rock down in Hollywood. But Mind Your Biz, he seems like he goes to like a lot of these conventions and he speaks a lot at them, and he's he's a very interesting guy. So I'm looking forward to meeting, seeing him again, and the topics that he talks about are really cool. He's like super into like Web3 and all this kind of stuff. So I think it's right up Flux's alley, which is kind of nice. So,
I mean,
automatic
to be honest,
what's going on?
I mean, to be honest, what I'm really interested in is like what information we're going to get for proof of use of work. To be honest,
yeah,
you know what I mean. I mean, that's what I want to know. I want to get more information, just like everybody else. So
yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to the most, really. Out of everything, is the proof of use of work. What are we going to get? What info we're going to get?
Yeah, seeing just keep bugging Jeff Key at every corner.
Yeah,
trying to figure out what's going on. So a lot of content creators are here. So
oh yeah. Who's the question mark? Is that here to add someone else?
It says mystery guest.
Oh, so is that like what they were talking about? Maybe a controversial speaker?
Dan? No, I'm kidding.
Jesus.
No, I think it's. I'm just joking, but no, I'm sure there'll be someone interesting.
Yeah, I mean that was I think Jeff Key was saying like, it's gonna be like really cool, but it's gonna be like it could be controversial possibly, or just like
that makes it fun, right?
Yeah, this is gonna be a blast. That's how I feel. It's gonna be a blast. So
there's some interesting speakers at Mining Disrupt. Wasn't Kennedy there? John Kennedy?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been real vocal about Bitcoin and everything. He's been vocal about aliens. He's been vocal about Bitcoin. He's been vocal about a lot of controversial stuff. So who knows?
So Max Voltage Mining was saying that Benjamin is the supposed controversial speaker.
Okay. Author pocket Freedom Convoy. Okay. Let's see who this guy is. I'll Google it real quick before I
do the Googles.
Yeah. Here, I'll just share Wikipedia. We'll go down. Let's go through Wikipedia rabbit holes tonight. Oh, that'll be great. I think this is the guy, right? Yeah. Okay. See a whole bunch of fun stuff already. Convoy protest.
Wikipedia definitely is
Ditcher. Is it Ditcher? I'm probably butchering that. Ran for Toronto City Council for here. This is probably super small for people. So, he was a truck driver who worked as a gemologist and as a print shop operator. Oh, this is good. Yeah, these are all good topics here to bring up for Thanksgiving with family. He's produced several podcasts covering topics of philosophy, law, crime, terrorism, COVID-2, anti-terrorism, Islamic extremism, open college podcast.
Jesus. Okay.
That's interesting.
Extremely.
Anyone know anything about this guy? Maxwell just said Kenny wasn't there. He spoke via video conference. Yeah, that was kind of lame, Max. Actually, that was super lame. I didn't know that. I saw it and I was like waiting for him to pop up, but then it was a Zoom call. So
I thought that people were you weren't the only one. People were under the impression that he was going to be there.
Yeah. Maybe he was. Maybe he was supposed to, and he just didn't show up.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Dabatola is saying, go to the Canada part. Let's see. He organized the GoFundMe crowdfunding for the Canada convoy protest. A successful court injunction from local residents' business forced the funds to be frozen. Oh, I did hear about this. Let's see what the convoy protest is. A series of protests and blockades in Canada against the COVID-19 vaccine mandates and restrictions called the Freedom Convoy. These are all the truckers, right? That makes sense because I read that he was a trucker. These are the people that were just like, no.
Oh, these are the truckers that were like, we're not doing anything, and they just blocked the roads, right?
Yeah.
You remember that, right? It was on the news?
Yeah, I remember that. He has a book, Honking for Freedom, the truckers' convoy that gave us hope. I mean, I like controversial stuff, so it'll be interesting. Max said, yeah, Canada part. He did fundraising for the Canada convoy via crypto after the government cut off his bank accounts. Hey, I don't care what side you're on, but once the government starts dipping their fingers into what you can and can't do, it's not good. But I do remember that. So I honestly I only saw like some headlines from it, so didn't read too much into it. But
so this is the guy that put it all together, that was trying to help.
Yeah, it looks
Wow.
like it.
Okay.
Well, that'll be interesting. That'll be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like there's a good amount of speakers here. I'll switch back over to Cypherpunk. Yeah, I'm super excited for this. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because I feel like Mining Disrupt was so like there were just so many companies there. You know, it's like selling you on something. You know, every booth was kind of like selling on you on something, whereas this is kind of just like talking about it. Like Flux isn't trying to sell anything. You know what I mean? They're just trying to. I mean, eventually, of course, proof of useful work will as a product, but
Right.
People coming here, it's not for that. So super exciting. But
Debatola is talking about the rig building contest that we're having.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
really
are
cool
doing
that
a
we're
rig
going to be
build.
doing that.
Huh?
That's going to be really cool that we're doing that.
Yeah, I'm excited. But
Me too.
I honestly I got to talk with Jeffy about it because I know we were talking a little earlier. I don't know what I'm supposed to bring other than myself, so I got to figure that out. Let's see, Max Voltage, GPURisers, you're listed as a speaker. What are you going to speak about, Max? I think I'm listed as a content creator. Yeah, but I could go up and talk about stuff.
You should,
I
Mike.
don't want... We'll see.
How many in the chat vote Mike to speak?
I mean, I think it'd be interesting
Cypherpunk.
to talk about the Terra aspect for hosting for this stuff. You know, like the complications and people that want to get into proof. I mean, it's the same thing as like the AI rigs, right, Dave? Like, it's a different kind of setup. It's a different kind of like hosting, and it's completely it's not completely, but it's very different from mining and the idea of setting it up. So it'll be interesting.
It's not going to be as
Craig says,
complicated, though. That's the good thing, right? So it's not going to be as complicated to set up this proof of useful workstations, in my opinion. I think I could be wrong. I don't think it's going to be as complicated as Vast AI.
No, it'll be a lot more.
No, it needs to be somewhat user friendly.
Yeah.
So I guess the average, like DJ Mines would say, a little Timmy can actually get into it and do it.
Yeah.
You just need the right equipment to get into it, and then the up and down speeds, right? Or was download, right? Download was what was really important.
I think upload. I don't know. It's not. You don't really need a whole lot. I don't know. I will keep bugging Jeffy about it. So
it was a certain number. I forgot, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see.
It'll be good.
Yeah. We got Urted. Speak about supply chains. Yeah, I could talk about supply chain. And Dabatola saying you're speaking, LOL, or at least a panel. Both of you. Okay. Well, looks like we're speaking, Dave.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, we'll have...
I think it was going to be more of a, like, from my understanding, possibly like a couch session. Kind of like how I had the live stream at the Airbnb, at Flux's Airbnb. I think it's going to be situated that kind of way.
Okay.
That was from my understanding. I don't know. Debatola has more information. Does that sound about right? I don't know. Ask him. But
we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna go there and wing it.
That's it.
Yeah.
As long as we're there, that's all that matters. And then we can do whatever needs to be done.
Yeah. Let's see. What's up, Goat? Dabatola, you gotta have it fun, relaxed. Yeah, it's gonna be relaxed.
Yeah, it's gonna be laid back. It's not gonna be like so crazy, Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. He's saying he thinks Davey wants to tie in the stream. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, we did that last time. It's Wednesday, right? Wednesday and Thursday. Is that when the conference is?
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, we did it last time at Mining Disrupt. We could do it again.
I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Looking for. I wonder how many people are gonna be there. Is there any information on that?
I don't know. Maybe Dabatola has some information, or maybe Davey is listening. Not sure.
Oh yeah, he's saying live from Cypherpunk. Oh, that'll be fun. Who's hosting that one? Is that you?
I think you are actually, Mike. I think it falls on you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll bring my laptop. But Yeah, lots of sponsors. Look at this. There we go.
There you go.
Bunch of different sponsors.
I like the
Red
one in the
Bull.
middle though. The guy right
Oh,
there
yeah,
in the
right
middle
there.
by himself. All
Yeah.
by himself.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So I'm excited to see everyone again.
Look at that though. Get your tickets now at 50% discount rate. Click CP50 to get yours. There you go.
Yeah.
Last minute. Didn't get your tickets? Get them now.
Do we have coupon codes or anything? I don't know if we have coupon codes.
I'm not sure. I know we're supposed to get something.
Dabatol is saying at least a few hundred. Wow, that's going to be awesome. He said he just confirmed the after party DJ, so might want to get some locals to come out and party with us. Ha. Oh, we do have the codes. Yeah. Okay. I got to look for those somewhere. Dabatol. I can't remember where I put them. But yeah, that's coming up quick.
Oh yeah.
Let me switch over to. So what are you gonna put up there, Dave? Are you gonna bring your? Are you gonna do like a example rig or something like that? Or are you just gonna bring some wires and?
I think what I'm gonna do is just bring some wires, and then if anyone's interested, you know, they'll have a. I think I'll have some cards there, to show like the link to the website and stuff like that, and that's about it really. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have enough time. I know there was supposed to be some type of booth or something like that, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to get everything printed and to bring over there in time.
Yeah.
So, we're just gonna go with the flow. We're gonna do I'll bring the wires to do the build off, and I also have the new connectors now to do the CPU wires on the board as well, on the motherboard. So I'll have the wires for the CPU, I'll have the wires for the GPUs, and then, I think they'll furnish the rest of the stuff there.
Nice.
I'm probably going to bring some blue SATA cables, because they're blue, just for flux, it's blue. So I'll bring some blue SATA cables and just give those away and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I gotta message Jeff Key and the team and see. I was hoping to collaborate with you and just kind of have like the rig setup, but it's kind of difficult because like the proof of useful work and AI stuff, like you're not gonna have like a massive 12 card frame. You know what I mean? So you got to have like ribbon cables, or if you're just gonna have like one or two GPUs, you can put it right on the motherboard. But I don't know. I don't know how it's. I gotta
probably can set it up for like just like two, or something like that. I don't know if there's any server cases around or anything like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we got what, 2 weeks to figure it out, so we got some time. To do.
Sometime.
Yeah.
Besides everything else that's going on.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you ever get that second card done on your Vast AI rig? Is that up and going yet?
No, so it's been rented since day one, so I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, that's true.
It never went down. I mean, it went down because I lost electricity last week, like we were talking about. But I think I'm going to wait until they stop renting it. But the thing is that I'm not sure if I want to add another card or keep it the same, because the wattage is going to be like kind of right there.
Yeah,
it may spike the PSU, so I would have to get an upgraded PSU. But the thing that I noticed the other night when I was looking at it, it never registered my other hard drive. Remember I was asking you earlier, I was like, hey, do you have two SSDs or NVMEs working on your rig? Well, the reason why I was asking you is because mine didn't work. So I just realized that it's just showing the 64 gig that I originally used, but it still got rented though. So like, you don't even know like what would rent and what wouldn't rent, honestly. Like,
it's kind of difficult to tell.
It has it has 64 gigs of RAM. It has a 3060 in there. It has 10 core 20 thread processor. What else? So I mean, and then it was supposed to have a 1 terabyte SSD for whoever is renting it. I guess they would use the storage, but they've been using a lot of bandwidth though.
Okay,
So
that's interesting.
yeah, and so they're using, I think it's Torch and PyTorch. Actually, let me see if I can SSH into it. Then I can SSH and tell you exactly what they've been using, the same exact thing anyway. Basically, it's like 30% on the CPU, and maybe like it spikes like 80, 70, 60% on the GPU, but it's not like consistent. So it's like the wattage is so minimum. So in the beginning, when they first started renting the rig, it was like 54 watts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it spiked maybe about 75 to 80 watts. Then now it's on a consistent 90 to 190 watts, give or take. It'll spike to 200 watts for a split second, like a blip. So I don't know. I'm trying to learn it, but I'm in the process of building, I think, another 4.
Okay.
That's the goal. They're all going to be those precision power workstations.
Okay.
So I have to make the wires for it because it doesn't come with enough wires. So I'm able to make the special wires for the 10-pin to dual 8-pin, and then the 8-pin to a dual 8-pin to get the GPUs in there. But I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do, I think I'm going to do a rig with 2 cards just to see. Because I know that'll eliminate some of the clients out there because that only need 1 GPU, right?
Yeah.
So
there's a setting on VAST though where you can allow, like, if you have a multi GPU machine going, you can allow instances with only a single GPU, where they can rent just 1 GPU from you.
Yeah, but don't you have to do the programming, and basically you're splitting the resources out of the card memory and everything else?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, from my understanding, I might be 100% wrong, is that it would allow someone to rent it for only 1 GPU, the price of the GPU, but it's still going to consume the machine. So it's like you know what I mean?
Machine.
Like, yeah, so like you have a 2-card machine and it's being rented with only 1 card, and you're only making X amount for that 1 card.
I just think that in programming, just my thought, right? I think in programming, like, it has to be split up, because I think like Max Voltage he dedicates and splits both of them from 1 card.
Yeah.
Like in one motherboard. You're saying that you could set it up as a dual rig, but someone can actually rent 1 and do that. What is it called again? For the 1 GPU that people need for rendering. It's not rendering, it's something else.
It's Stable Diffusion's a real popular one that they use a single GPU for. But no, I think Max set up VMs. You know what I mean? Like he had, it was multiple machines. But I'm saying on 1 machine that's like a 2-card or 3-card, you can allow the the person who's renting it the ability to just rent 1 GPU from it. So I don't know how it really works, honestly.
Okay.
But let's see. We have a couple of things in the chat here. Did you have to reinstall drivers after a power loss? He had an outage and had that issue. I didn't have to. I had a couple power losses on one. I have 2 rigs now, but there was only 1 at the time. There were a couple power losses, but as soon as the power gets restored, the server motherboard or you can obviously do the setting on the regular motherboards, but it booted back up just fine. It popped up in VAST.
I lost power. Everything shut off, and I guess, I have backup for the internet, so the internet never dropped. So I think that the PC it had a reboot, obviously, but it went right back up. Yeah, it was already back up, and I don't even think they didn't lose connection. What was weird, Mike, is that when I was looking at VAST AI the whole time, they never lost connection from me. Like they never disconnected and said, "Oh, we'll see you later." Mm-hmm. So I mean, maybe I'm lucky or whatever the case may be, but it is what it is. But that's my whole goal anyway. Well, didn't you build something? lately?
Yeah. Let me catch up on these chats real quick so we don't get too backlogged. New England Crypto said a little progress each day goes a long way. 100% New England Crypto. I agree. That's what I've been kind of doing the last couple of days, is just doing a little bit, not getting too frustrated one day. Mining Kiing said 8 card 4090 win veteran miner. I think he's building that right now. It's behind him.
Yeah, behind me right here in the corner.
Max is saying that he's using Proxmox, multiple VMs using PCIe pass-through. He has one server running 4 Flux nodes and sorry, my camera's no. One vast AI instance with a 3090. Yeah, that's awesome. That's something I eventually want to do. That's the thing with this, is it's kind of like tricky, right? Like, is it good to have, multi GPUs, or would it be better splicing it up and doing a bunch of single instances? You know what I mean? Because you see a ton of people in Vast doing that, right? It shows here. I'll pull it up real quick. Is that the right button? Yeah, we should be here. Okay, let me
well,
switch it over.
I mean, nobody knows, so it's a matter of, you keep on trial and error. You keep on switching things and see if you get picked up, or is it cost effective to get picked up with just one, Yeah.
I mean, I have it auto set right now on just 2 4090s, but you can see right here, like, this one is split up. It's using some RAM, some CPU. So all these guys, I'm assuming, are doing, VMs, splitting this up. So this rig, let's see, it's
so 40. So what is it? What does one have then? Because I can't see it from here, but what does one have in reference to RAM / CPU?
Can you see it a little bit better?
No, maybe because my screen is small.
Yeah, you can kind of tell with this one. It's just looking at the rough numbers. It says 42.7 out of 256 threads on the CPU. So what? That's like 5. So this is probably 10 4090s on here, and then he just has it spliced up, or to be 2 4090s and then like 4, and then maybe another 4 or something like that.
Right.
So it's interesting. It's seeing what's in demand, I guess, right? It's just analytics on this kind of stuff. But yeah, my machines haven't been rented for the past day. I think yesterday morning, was it yesterday morning? Yeah, yesterday morning, someone stopped renting my one rig, and then there were, it was down for a little bit doing maintenance and stuff like that, and then I got my second rig up, but neither of them are rented right now. So it seems like it comes and goes in waves. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's interesting. It's definitely figuring all this out. Goat said, GPURisers, how many lanes does the R8 have, and can the CPU be swapped out? The lanes are all 1x, and it's on like a like the actual PCB board is 1x. There's not really a way to change that. Everything would have to be kind of redone on it. The CPU can be swapped out, but it's going to be that same Intel chipset that you have to use. Turtle Tech, let's see. So VAST is interesting and useful for people in a bear market, but not mining and hodling for 2x, 5x, etc. Isn't kind of waste for GPU resources. Yeah, I mean, I think you're kind of talking a little bit about speculative mining. I understand mining, like not at a profit right now, and doing it. I still have a good amount of cards on Dynex. So I'm kind of like in the mixture. I'm not going to, of course, go away from GPU mining, but I kind of wanted to dabble in both of them. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things, right? There's always an argument with that where it's like, why not mine what's most profitable and then use those coins, or sell it to Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever you want, and then buy whatever coin that you want. You know what I mean? Because you'll accumulate more of it if you're mining what's most profitable. So you could technically take your earnings from VAST, which they pay out just in USD, and then reinvest that in crypto projects if you want. And then if it does 2x or 5x or whatever it is, everyone calls it a bag, but your bag would be larger, when that happens. So it's kind of the same argument with it. But I do agree to a sense, like that's why I said I still have how many I still have, I don't know, 5 R8s that are, full bore right now on Dynex. So Mindsum says swap the USD of the coin of your choice. Exactly. It's like back when Ethereum was going. There were a bunch of other projects, and you could do that. But at the end of the day, just say you wanted Flux or you wanted, Ravencoin or something like that. You just mine what's most profitable, and then even if you're swapping it out every day or every other day, you're going to accumulate more of ABC coin. What's up, Hobbyist Miner? Does Vast support crypto payouts? No, it does not. Mindsum just said no. I have it hooked. I'll show you guys. I'll be transparent. I'm not going to show you guys my machines, but this is what Vast has earned me so far. If anyone's interested that's watching. And this is one 2-card 4090 rig. You can see, let's see, 9-1, which, whoops, I don't know what I just did. Okay, everything collapsed on Windows. Give me a second, guys. Oh, you can still see it. Great. So on 9-1, you can see $17, 62 cents. And sorry, just give me one second. I got to bring up all the chats again. And the real, I guess, first week was the week between 9-1 and 9-8. That was when my rig was, I want to say rented out 80% of the time, maybe 85%. So and that was net was $91 that week for a single 2-card 4090 rig. And they pay out every Friday, but I do want to point out, today is Wednesday night. So it's been, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's been 5 days, and my payout's only going to be it's only at $38 right now. So, and I actually have a second rig up, but the second rig has not been rented yet. So there could be huge variations on payout, right? So like when I first kind of got into this, I was thinking, okay, my return on this or my payoff period for each rig would be around 250 days, and then it goes to 280 days, 300 days. You know what I mean? It's going a little bit higher, but the return compared to mining right now is a lot higher. So, and again, I don't know if this could be affected dramatically. You know what I mean? Like in the sense of the demand for this might go down, and the supply for this I think is only going up. I don't think people are pulling 4090s off. I don't think people are pulling many, any card really off of Vast right now. So let's see, Clora's BTC payouts.
I mean, it is, Mike. I mean, it could pay for itself a little sooner too, because we still don't know how every single thing works with it.
Yeah.
Because the bandwidth that they use, you get extra money for that if they use a massive amount of bandwidth. And then the storage, if they use, you get extra money for that. So it's like there's so many variables you could get a good idea on like what we put to get paid, but at the end of the day, you just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't know what would
it might be a waste to do
happen.
2-card 4090 rigs. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I don't know. So
are you thinking about possibly splitting one in the future if you don't get rented soon enough, I guess?
I don't know. I'll see. Like I said, this is like a learning process. You know what I mean? There's not really like many how-tos out there, and if you search Google for 2-card 4090 rig rentals on Vast AI, there's nothing. So it's
nothing. Yeah, I know.
It's hard to see. I don't know if the demand is high on it, but I know the single GPUs are. It's more of a demand. It's weird. It seems like it levels off in the middle, right? So like one GPU is popular, and then 2, 3, 4 aren't really as popular. But then once you have 5, like 5 to 8 are very popular. They're like, I don't want to say they're always rented, but they're often rented. And they actually price per GPU is usually higher for a rig that has multi GPU, from what I've seen.
I mean, do you know what? Holy crap! How much would that be? Forget about the GPUs. What kind of like setup would you need to host 5? No, let's just say 5 4.0 16x. Is that even possible?
Yeah.
What CPUs would you use? Oh my god.
Epics. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
How
a-
much would the
it's
CPU be? Like $1,000 a piece?
well, yeah. I
Support
mean,
all those lanes?
yeah. I'll be transparent again with this. I think correct me if I'm wrong. I saw King is in here. That I think a single epic can do 4.0 at 16. I'm not 100% on that, but you'll need a dual epic to do 9 or 10. Yeah, King saying epic second gen. So yeah, you'll need that. But there's servers out there that are doing it, and there's definitely product or they're coming. You know what I mean? Like I've seen them. Pictures. I know the specs. Like there will be 5-card and 9-card servers that are going to be available for sale that can house 4.0.
Oh, he's saying 100. Sorry, Mike. He's saying 128 PCIe lanes on one epic. Yeah.
Yeah. So divide that by 16, and then you'll get on each epic.
Yeah, on each epic.
Yeah.
But how much is that though? Epic second generation. What's the price on that? You want to pull that up or not?
That's 8. Yeah, that's 8 GPUs on a single epic.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
So,
but,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of GPUs, a lot of money. I mean, and then the RAM. So now, how much RAM can that board support? Because now we're supposed to do some calculations with like 3 times over or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
How many terabytes of RAM can these boards hold now? Because you're talking about terabytes. You're not talking about gigs.
No, I think you're talking about gigs with a lot of these. That's why I bought the boards that I did, is because this is, like I said, this is kind of like a test run, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what all this stuff is. Let me see if I could share this. Yeah. Okay. Stop screen present. Because I know you asked me this actually as well. This is what I bought for my last one. It's definitely overkill. But the reason why I did it is because eventually I want to, consolidate these down into server cases where I have everything already in place, and all I need then is just to add more GPUs. So right now it's kind of a waste because there's only 2 4090s in it, but down the line I want to be able to expand and not have to worry about all these other parts, selling what I already bought and then buying a new one and doing all of that. So this CPU actually has, I think, double the amount of cores of the other one that I bought. I bought a 7402 P, so this one was a 7642.
So I just want to say, Mike, yeah. So that board itself, it's 2 terabytes of RAM. It's future proof for the most part.
No, I think this one was 256 gigs.
I don't know. Use
you're saying
H12 SSL-I motherboard.
Yeah, I don't know what the max it can hold, but
that's what 2333 RAM.
Yeah. King's saying 2 terabyte of RAM on it. Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. So
that's insane.
Yeah, and I also wanted to I got 256 on both boards, this one and the 7402P that I got. And that's because if I do splice them down the line, I want to be able to make sure that I can allocate enough resources on the board to each instance. You know what I mean? I don't want to just have, 128
so you want 128
RAM.
You want 128 at least on each card at minimum if you want to splice them.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have, down the line, if I do 5 GPUs on each, then I want to make sure 256 will be fine. I think that's what these other people are doing on VAS. So
right.
So yeah, it's
so that board's 1380 with the CPU.
Yeah, it comes with the CPU and the RAM.
How much RAM?
256 gigs. You can choose. I mean, you can see here the RAM. There's different options. This is why I did it. Is this 128 gigs of RAM, which is 1324, and then for $50 more, you can double the amount of RAM. So
for $50 more, you can get double the amount of RAM.
Yeah, that's why I did it. It's kind of like
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. I would do for $50. You can't get double the RAM for $50.
Yeah,
and then they're going to be all matching RAM, I guess, from my understanding, and tested. whatever they
Yeah.
do.
All of it's matching when it gets here,
Yeah.
but it's nice. It comes in a little box, and CPU's already in there, so like you literally don't have to do anything other than plug the RAM in. But then
Yeah.
you get your cooler and you run it and it goes. So
Did you buy your Torx wrench just in case?
no, I didn't.
You should buy your little Torx wrench just in
Yeah.
case it comes loose or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know,
probably. It's on the list.
huh?
It's on the list.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, yeah. If they're coming all pre-assembled and everything else, that's a great. I mean, they're making some money, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, these are selling like
Shoot.
crazy. So, but I think this compared to my other one, I think the other one was like 1150, or I want to say 1180, somewhere around that. So this one was about $200 more expensive for the difference in the processor. Same board, same RAM, but I opted for the higher end processor just to see if it kind of makes a difference. You know what I mean? I don't know the answer to it. So
what's the processor here? I didn't read it.
This is the AMD EPIC 7642.
And what is the 7642? What's the cores and lanes on the 7642?
48. It has 48 cores.
Double the lanes.
And then 96 threads. So on VAST it says 96, but then the 7402 was 24 core, 48 thread. So this one's double the amount of cores, which would be better, of course, if you're splitting it up, because I don't think the other one would be good. Like if I added 5 GPUs to the 7402, I'm gonna have to split up 24 cores on 5, and I don't think that's enough. You know what I mean? If I want to do single instances, so I kind of opted for it here. Let's see, we got some New England Crypto, or TJ Mine says we ain't selling nothing till the bull run. Yeah, I sold a little bit, but New England Crypto, holy crap, look at that baby. Yeah, this is my first experience with server motherboards, so they're big. Mining Kiing, Epic with PR single use CPUs only. Okay, I didn't know that. All this information I'm giving away, I'm going to start charging. Yeah. Let's see. King has the Epic tool. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Watch out if your Epics is separate from your motherboard. There's a vendor locked Epics out there. Okay. Oh, you're saying if you purchase them separately? Yeah, I did read about that. That's why when you could probably get a better deal if you part all this out separately. Maybe not. I don't know, but once I saw that this is like an all-in-one package, especially with my first experience going into server motherboards, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get this. They test them before they go.
What does that mean? There is vendor-locked Epics out there. I'm missing something. What is he saying with that?
I assume that it's vendor-locked, like for the motherboard. Like if you buy a motherboard and you buy an Epic, they might not be compatible with each other, even if it's the same socket. I think that's right. So.
Or
it's almost like cell phones, right? Like carrier locked.
Or they're like flashing it to the board or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that's like flashed through the BIOS that it's flashed to the board and whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see.
It's stuck on that board forever. That's what he's saying. Huh? 10 is saying stuck on that board forever. So what if the thing takes a shit? That means you're out of like $1,400.
No, I'm not sure you could just call up these people over in China and they'll send. No, I don't know. Probably not.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean it's a risk, right?
For the HP.
Bacon, Eggs, and Hash said, how much money per day can you make with that setup? Here, I'll just give an example of last week, which last week was a high week. I was talking about it a little bit. I made $91.50 over 7 days, so that's about $13 a day on average. That wasn't rented, at every second. That was probably rented about 80% of the time. So that's $13 a day. So the setup cost me right around $5,000. So if you do $5,000 divided by 13, that's 384 days. So that's kind of where it's at, which anything that's under a two-year ROI with this stuff, I really take a close look. So I expect the ROI to increase as time goes on, of course, but you never know. Demand is also increasing. That's something that's different about this than crypto mining, is that there's also demand. You know, a lot of these companies are doing it right now. Not doing it, but, you know, needing compute power. I was actually on the phone today for Terra, something with Terra. But there was a guy that hopped on the call, and he owns a couple businesses in the AI field and stuff like that. And he does like, was it AI logistics for like warehouses and stuff? It's actually really cool. But I was talking to him about how he trains his models and stuff like that. And he said he either does everything in-house with it, depending if it's like a short learning, you know, or they just rent from AWS, and they allocate all that cost. So of course, these are like large companies, but it's interesting seeing, you know, hearing it from someone that's actually in the field, that's, you know, the consumer side, you know what I mean? Because I talk all day about, you know, the AI side, the people that are hosting the equipment. You know, we're hosting the infrastructure at Terra, right, for this kind of stuff, and then I'm also trying to learn about it because we're hosting it. But it's interesting. This was like really the first time that I heard of someone, you know, actually using the other end of it. And I mentioned Vast and FluidStack and RunPod and all these other, you know, marketplaces, and he honestly didn't even know about it. He said that they either just had their computers there or they were renting on AWS, and I thought that was really interesting, because renting on AWS is so much more expensive to train these language models. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah,
my some sense said that we need an interview with someone from Vast. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but
that's definitely going to be the Mining King on the Mining King's channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the right questions to ask.
Me either. That's all Mining King.
Yeah,
the AI King. So,
but bacon, eggs, and hash. Let's see what he said. Let's see. Or Goat saying OEM specific HP is known for doing that. Yeah. Let's see. Bacon, eggs. You can repurchase that hardware. Oh wow, that's not bad. Fast ROI. Yeah, that's kind of why I jumped into it. It's like one of those things where, if you think of, you know, what you're buying, right? Like this CPU motherboard and RAM combo mixed with 4090s. I mean, of course, as soon as you take, actually, that's not really true, because if you look at used 4090s on eBay, they're going usually for more than what a new 4090 is. So take that as you want. But, you know, is this $5,000 machine depreciating faster than $13 a day in income? And I mean, it's speculative, right? But my answer is no, it's not. So, you know, I'm trying to pay off more expensive hardware while the ROI is high. That's where, you know, and again, I'm not putting everything into Vast AI. I'm not like, selling everything and doing it. I am selling some stuff, but the flip side of it is all my stuff is at Terra, right? You know, I have all this space, and you know, we're getting filled up at Terra for, you know, with GPUs right now. And so it's like, do I sell my stuff and then we could fill customers with it, right? So, you know, that's kind of the decision I made. And like I said, I still have, you know, a good amount of cards there. So let's see. ROI or else Max is going to call in. Let's see. Crypto Craig, you guys should have stayed the weekend after Mining Disrupt. The ChatGPT conference was at the same place. Lots came in as we were leaving. Oh, I wish I knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I definitely would have definitely gone for at least a day to that.
Yeah. How long? I was there for until Sunday, right? Or Monday. Shoot.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, we were there for a while.
Yeah.
We're up in Melbourne. Mining King saying, Vast people don't like miners from my personal experience. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, don't step on my lawn. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, that's what it is, right? Like, I'll share my numbers with everyone watching. You know, this is my ROI. You guys saw my payouts from Vast. This is my, you know, this is why I'm investing this money. This is why I'm building these things, is because it makes sense to me. But every time if you guys, you know, anyone watching builds a 2-card 4090 rig, it technically competes with me. You're on the marketplace and it's a bid-ask spread. So like, if you're, like I have mine rented for 40 cents a GPU per hour, and then you come in, you'll see that. It's almost like eBay. You look at auctions or something like that, and you're like, I want mine to sell quicker, so I'm going to undercut it 5 cents. You have enough people do that, it's going to saturate the market, and supply will go up, and then the cost will go down. So, I think that some AI guys are like that too, but it's also, like a 2-card 4090 rig is a lot easier to build than what I've seen a lot of these AI guys doing. I've seen, spec sheets. I've seen, especially stuff that's going to be coming out soon, these pre-built 4090 machines. Not everyone's just going to go run and buy a 4-card 4090 rig. You know what I mean? Or a 9-card 4090 rig. I mean, that's a huge investment. I think I'm being leaky again on these streams, but like a 9-card 4090 rig, like a turnkey 4090 rig, is probably going to cost, I'm just estimating here, around $23,000. So you can run the numbers on that if you want, but the numbers on that are a little bit better than a 2-card 4090 rig. Of course, it's a lot more expensive, but the return or the payoff or whatever you guys want to call it is faster. Not a lot faster, but probably about 15% faster, which is a lot, stretched out over time. But yeah, I think that those guys are worried about competition coming into that. But not only do you have to have a ton of money to be competitive on that field, but you really got to know what you're doing. I mean, you can't just be like, watching this or reading a Bloomberg article or something, and you're like, oh wow, I can spend $250,000 buy all these machines. I'll just plug them into the internet and I'll make tons of money. Like there's so much that goes into it. Not even including the fact that a 9-card 4090 rig. I mean, what's that power wise, right? You're gonna have to allocate like 5,500 watts to that and have fiber. I mean, it's like, the barrier of entry for that is a lot larger. We're definitely going to be hosting them at Terra. So if anyone does want to get into it, we will be hosting these things.
That's enterprise level though. That's not. I mean, you might be able to actually, if you can figure out how to use your 5 gigs. You could do.
Now. I bumped it down.
You bumped it down. Well,
I'm saving $60 a month, which
really.
Well, everything is 2.5 gigs. Like my computer, like I can only max out at 2.5 gigs.
Right.
No Wi-Fi devices are going to 2.5 gigs. My Cumulus nodes don't use a lot. You know what I mean? Like in the Nimbus.
What does this board go up to?
This is a gig.
1 gig? Okay.
Yeah. But let's see. We got a couple more. DJ Mine saying, buy Tesla cars, pump my stock. Yeah. I think King just got one. Let's see. King, King was telling me about his Tesla. I guess you charge it to 80%, and then you shouldn't go below 20%. And then I heard Mike also saying that you shouldn't supercharge it all the time, but the warranty on these batteries are like 10 years. I'll just be supercharging that thing. Let's get 105% charge on it. 10-year warranty on it. Let's see what this thing could do.
After 10 years, get rid of it and get a new one?
Yeah. Max Voltage said 10-card 4090 rig is $21K at Octominer, no referral. Yeah, I think that's with their current stuff, but is that what it comes out to, 21K for the Octo server with all of it? Here, I'll switch over the screen to it because let's see, Bacon Eggs. I'll watch all your vids when I'm on my sailboat in the Caribbean Islands. That does sound nice, especially this time of year. The weather's getting good. Veteran Miner, you need a PCIe 10 gig network card. Yeah, that's what some of these machines have that we've seen.
But that's enterprise, though. I mean, like, you're very lucky, I think. You're in a unique situation, Mike, because, I mean, I think we could ask virtually anyone that we know in this space. I don't think anyone has a 5 gig availability for internet at their home.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe 2 gigs, like 2 separate lines, but maybe 2.5 gigs at most, but not freaking 5 gigs.
I'll be honest, if I had a gig at my house, it would be the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just I bought all this shit to support 2.5 gigs, so I'm trying to find a way to use it. So, but I mean, 2.5 gig is nice on the computer, but I don't do a whole lot of YouTube. I don't upload a lot, and if you look at the upload, time on a gig compared to 2.5, I mean, it's not a lot. Or like when I'm doing the occasional Warzone download, like I gotta wait 2 more minutes. You know what I mean? It's not a whole lot. King's saying he has a 400 gigabit tunnel availability. Yeah. Crypto Craig is saying you can't get the 4090 turbos at Octominer now, huh? Here, let me pull up Octominer's website. Let's see. All right, let me switch this over for everyone. Okay.
Shop. Oh, you're buying now, huh? You're going for it.
Yeah. Oh, max voltage. It's 10 of them for 21 grand on top of this. So, was it 2 grand for this thing? Yeah, so 23K plus shipping, plus some upgrades if you want to do upgrades. Yeah, so around 23K. That's what I've heard. That's what a little bird told me. It's going to be about 23K.
10 4090s?
I think it's 9 4090s is what it's probably going to be.
But each 4090 has how many plugs, Mike? 4 plugs, correct? Or the turbos only have 1?
I don't
or
know.
2.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think Max just said they're not available. Oh yeah, they took them off. Look at that. That's interesting.
Well, because, oh man, there's only 20 connectors on that unit. So if you're putting a card that requires more than 2 connectors, it will not work. Only 2 8-pins, that's it. So you could do 10 cards at 2 8-pins, but that's it, max. You would have to daisy chain the 8-pins and split the 8-pins up to get more than 10 cards that have more than 2 8-pins, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they took the 4090s out, possibly, because you can't fit 9. You can't even fit 8 4090s in there. They're 4 8-pins, aren't they?
They're 4 8-pins, but not. I don't think the blower cards are.
There might be 2 8-pins, right? The blowers might be 2 8-pins.
Actually, the blowers probably have. I mean, it still has to have the 12-pin from NVIDIA, right? I don't know. That's actually a really good question because I don't know the answer to it.
Yeah.
Let's see some of these comments real quick. Let's see. Gulami, have 3 up and down. You just have to not be in a third world country. Yeah. The Travelers Travels. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Hosted, I know a guy. Yeah, I actually know a guy too. If you guys need any kind of hosting, send the Mining King a direct message. Here, I'll pin his personal phone number. Call him 24/7 with any questions that you have.
Nice.
Mine sometime. We need a group buy for 4090s. Bacon, eggs, and hash. What worries me is that data centers taking all the demand with their economies of scale. Home operations might get pushed out. Home operations will always have less overhead. You know what I mean? If you have the fiber and you have the power, data centers, sell digital real estate, and that's expensive. You got to pay for either the mortgage or the lease. You have to pay for the fiber, and trust me, and the dedicated fiber is not cheap. Per gig right now for dedicated fiber, we're probably paying around $500 a month per gig. That does go down, of course, these large data centers, but my personal opinion is that home operations will be just fine. A lot of these people are having, like, for instance, an Octo server or whatever server you want with 4090s. You're not going to be able to host that in a traditional data center because they're consumer grade cards. At Terra, you will, though. So if you need hosting of consumer grade cards, let us know. Let's see, Ted. GPURisers, have King set up a backup system for Terra at your house, so you have to you have the bandwidth plus he'll have to get all you set up properly. Yeah, I sent him a message yesterday. I had a problem with he was out though. He was busy. I didn't want to bug him too much. I did figure it out though. But like I Vast just wouldn't install. Like I got to the end of the install and it just kept having an NVML error, and I knew it was an NVIDIA error, but I couldn't figure it out. But when I got home later that night, I puttied in and learned how to completely remove all the NVIDIA drivers, and then I went back through and installed all the dependencies again, and installed an additional one. I can't remember what it was, but it was a Python one, and then it worked. Long story short, so I got that up and going last night.
Do you have Mike? Do you have an idea why mine doesn't show up? I guess I just need to do when it's on downtime. I'm just gonna have to put the code back in for the
What, your second one?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
not showing.
Huh?
You able to
you
get
should.
yours to work right off the bat, right? Both
The
of them?
second one?
Yeah.
No, the second one was a nightmare. The first
Oh,
one
it
was
was?
pretty smooth. Yeah, because the second one, I only had, what was I missing? I was missing an M.2 drive and the CPU cooler, so I guess that's important too. But
Okay.
I actually installed everything because the M2 drive came a day late. So I installed everything, Ubuntu, the NVIDIA drivers, some of the dependencies, different stuff for, making sure the thing doesn't go to sleep. And then what I did was I installed the second M.2 when I got it, and then installed the second GPU because I couldn't get to the M.2 with the second GPU on there. And that's when I got all these errors. So I think it's because I installed all this stuff first. I don't know though. I'm not by any means a Linux expert.
Right.
So, but I think that had something to do with it. So the next build I do is going to just be all at once. I'm going to wait till all the parts are there to do it, and go from there.
The Mining Kiing's saying it won't show the two drives live on VAST. They're saying it'll only show the one that's being used by VAST.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you meant? Yeah, it should only be the one that you're allocating to VAST to use, not your. That's why I have two. Is I have one that's for the boot and for Ubuntu and everything like that, and then I have one that's just free and clear allocated to VAST.
Well,
it looks like Chili's here. What's up, man? I'm glad to see you again.
That's the problem. I have the 64 gig that was allocated for the program for Ubuntu, right? And then I had a 1 terabyte that I was like, hey, I want to use the 1 terabyte, and I put the information in, so whatever, the customer can use the 1 terabyte. But VAST is only showing the 64 gig. Because VAST is on that one, so I guess if the customer wants to use that 1 terabyte, they could see it on the back end, I'm assuming. I don't know. I guess it's programming. I guess I'll probably go check to see if it's being utilized, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're all learning.
Yeah, Chili's saying he's not sure why it was pulled. Goat said, good night, lady's been up. Good night, Goat. Thanks for stopping by, man. Looking forward to seeing you at Cypherpunk. Chili said he's not sure why the GPU is pulled. Yeah, it's interesting. Let's see. Mind some reminder to hit that like button. Yes, please hit the like button if you guys are here. It helps the channel out. Mining Kiing, you are going to your mining location and deploying another VAST rig. What are you doing? Dual 40 or dual 3080s. That's solid. Yeah, the 3080s, 3090s, 3000 series does well on VAST. Let's see here. Sox fan, wait till you see what I'm cooking up for a 4090 rig. It's going to be wild. Yeah. Let's see. Hobbyist Miner. Whoa, this thing's going to Cypherpunk. Can I get a picture of you, get an autograph? No, I don't do autographs anymore. There's too many people that get my autograph and they sell it on eBay and make money. So no more. No more Hobbyist Miner. Ovalboard Tech, what's up, man?
That's funny.
Yeah. But it's interesting.
Celebrity, Mike. You're a celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm conflicted. I think I'm just gonna get a shirt that just has everything on it. I have shirts from you.
Yeah.
I have Aquaminer shirts. I actually have a Hot Crypto Mining shirt. I don't have a Mining Kiing shirt. I need one of those. But yeah,
we should just get like a shirt made for like the content creators, like all the logos, kind of like a sticker shirt. How about that? We should get something going for that, like a sticker shirt.
Yeah.
That sounds like an idea. Why not? Like all in the back or something like that.
Dave. You get to plan that.
Oh no.
Let me know. Just
Let me know. Tell me how much it is, Dave, and that's it.
Yeah. Let's see. Detroit Irish. Where's the Hawaiian shirt Vistang? Oh, they're coming. Yeah, if you're at Cypherpunk, you'll see them. I'll have them on.
Oh, that's funny.
Vortec, no GPURiser signature. Rethinking my trip to Florida. Automatic Beats. What's up, man? But yeah, I don't know. It's I want to get into the server stuff soon, but I'm kind of waiting until I can, host it at Terra. But I'm probably going to eventually have one go in my garage.
You have enough. You have enough available, so
yeah,
you could do whatever you need to do. So that's the plus.
Yeah. I do have a 30 amp in the garage that's connected to the server rack, so I could easily put one in there. But these things are expensive, and like I said, I'm not like completely diversifying everything. What I did was I sold some of my crypto farm to buy these. I didn't like come out of pocket to buy these AI rigs.
Right.
So that's kind of how I see. That's how I've been doing things forever. Is like anything crypto related, I'll either sell crypto for or I'll sell hardware for, and I've been doing that since like 2016. All my Flux nodes, the servers, those were all, I sold crypto for it and stuff like that. And then when it comes to hardware, I kind of swap a little bit. But I don't know when I'm going to be building a third one. I'll see if these things rent. Maybe they'll never rent again, right, Dave? So that's the thing with this is you don't want too much exposure for it. Well, no, I'm saying we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't know. Oh,
so
no, you check. Maybe it's rented. I mean, don't put it on the screen, but you never know. We're talking right now. Maybe it got rented, and you're like, "Oh shit! Look at that."
Nope, not rented. But
maybe a little.
That's another thing is the verified stuff, right? Like, the verified rigs get paid more, and my first one is still not verified, and that's been like, I want to say like a little over 2 weeks.
Now, you were saying that you had customers rent it, jumped off of it, rented, jumped off of it, or you had someone consistent from when you started to finish right now recently?
They've been kind of jumping on and off. The second one hasn't been rented yet. That's still like at the point where the reliability is real low. It's probably my first one wasn't rented for about 2 days either. Because the reliability is so low. But the first 4090, I would say it's about 80% rented. The last day or so, day and a half, has been kind of an anomaly. But I did maintenance on it yesterday, which
did you reliability go down when you did maintenance on it?
No, because you can schedule the maintenance.
Okay, because I heard that sometimes if you do maintenance, the reliability score will go down a little bit because you're actually taking it down.
Yeah, I think it's an average. I know it's an average. I don't know how they average it, if they use like a mean or median or whatever math they use on it. But if you're at 0%, it's going to start affecting you real heavy. You know what I mean? But every time that it's up, you know what I mean? And also it might reset every month. I have no idea what VAST does, but no, I didn't get dinged at all for maintenance. I scheduled maintenance for 1 hour and it wasn't rented when I did it. And I don't know if you have to schedule the maintenance and it's not rented, but I did it just in case. Like it let me do it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it for 1 hour. And then I had to move it around and stuff like that. So
yeah, I'm going to schedule a maintenance when it's not rented. So as soon as it jumps off, I'm going to schedule a maintenance because I think I might upgrade the CPU. That's what I'm thinking. I might upgrade it, but I don't think I'm going to put another card in it though. I think I'm going to just keep one card. And my Sum 10 says what's my hourly price on the 4090, and I set mine at the lowest one on VAST to see if I could hit 30 days straight rented. Well, that would be a question for you, Mike, because you have a 4090. I have a 3060.
Yeah. My first rig, my first 4090 rig that one's at 40 cents an hour, and that was rented for, I want to say like 6 days straight at that. I'm keeping it at 40 cents, which it seems like that's kind of on the lower end for North America. Because you also have to price it where you're at and price it. It honestly is probably the lowest end for the amount of RAM and CPU that you get for it. But the reason it's low is, one, I wanted to get rented, right? But two, it's still unverified. So I know the verification process is time, but maybe there's other variables with it. But I guess the goal is just to have it rented, right? Like if you're renting it 7 days for 35 cents compared to 2 days at 40 cents, you'll make more at 35 cents. So Hobbyist Miner said, question for the host running any full-size ASICs. For the host, like Terra Hosting? Yeah, we do all full-size ASICs. Or maybe you're responding to someone else. Let's see. Let's catch up on here. Oh, hey, and X12. Wonder if that one catches fire too. Oval Vortec. Yeah, I think it was your buddy Oval Vortec. He sent me some pictures of an X12 that caught fire. That was interesting. It was a fan or something. Let's see. Detroit Irish, 0 out of 4 verified, 1 month plus on Vast. Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna start DMing the people on Discord at Vast and just be like, hey guys. Let's see. Turtle Tech GPURisers, because the king of AI didn't build it. That's why it's not verified. Yeah, exactly. I know. That's why I'm gonna message him. I'm just gonna screen. I'd be like, I know the king of AI, guys. Come on, like verify me.
He's verified. He has some that are verified, from my understanding.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
but he was the first one to set anything up on Vast. You know.
Yeah, I mean, what were you? You were about like 2 or 3 weeks behind, or like a month?
I don't know.
Yeah. I know about a week behind from you, or something like that. I guess, give or take.
Mine Sum is saying GPURisers just unlisted when you do maintenance if it isn't rented to avoid being dinged on reliability. Yeah, that's also a good point. I didn't even think about that. Let's see, Hobbyist Miner, question for you too. Are you running any full size ASICs? Oh, you're talking to, I don't know, Hobbyist Miner. Are you talking to someone in the chat? or you're talking about us two? Like us two, are we running any full size ASICs? No, I'm not running any full size ASICs.
I am not either.
I don't know why that was so complicated for me to understand. Yeah, no, we're not running any. I'm not really a big fan of ASIC miners. I like Bitcoin ASICs, but you need to do it like at scale, and you got to, have like the size for and the power and everything like that. But finally understood the question. Yeah, sorry, Hobbyist. Today I'm a little slow. I'm like a turtle today. But no, I've only actually had one ASIC. I've only ever bought one, and it was right when the S9s came out. It was like a 13.5 or 13 terahash model, and it was me and a buddy that got into mining, and this thing was just it was making a lot. It was making like $40 a day after electric, but we had to have this thing in a cooler. We had to have this thing like for noise, venting it out of a window.
How much was it, Mike?
I think we paid like $1,200 for it, or $1,150.
$1,150,
or somewhere around there. It was like the low, like $1,000 to $1,300, like somewhere in that range.
$40 a day.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But we had it for about, I want to say 2 months, and it was making around that a day, right? But someone offered us like $5,200, for it. So, we were in college, and we were like, we're definitely gonna do this. We're gonna.
I mean, you made your money back roughly in like 2 months anyway, and then doubled your. You made your money back, and then you were able to like 5x by selling it.
Yeah, we just bought GPUs with it because Ethereum was still profitable. But after we sold it to that guy, it was like 3 months after that or 4 months after that, it was unprofitable to mine on an S9. So it went from $40 a day, and I felt bad for the guy, because when he was there, he's like, "Oh, this is the 4th one I'm buying," and it's like, "Oh shit, dude, you're spending 20 grand on Magic China boxes," and that was kind of my first experience with it. I got lucky, we got really lucky selling it at that time, but I've seen that a lot with ASICs.
Well, that's just like recent with that KSO right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the end of the world because it's 65 watts, but I would say that KSO now, it's almost like, how you have those little Bitcoin lottery things that like you might hit a block or something like that. That's kind of like, that's kind of like the KSO at this point, really. I think that's what it's going to be made for
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like suspiciously hot for 65 watts. Like, have you ever seen one?
I saw one. Yeah, I saw one in person, but I've never like. I didn't know how hot they get, so I guess they get extremely hot for 65 watts. I guess.
Yeah, they get real hot, but I don't know. I don't want to shit all over ASICs because there's like I said, Bitcoin ASICs make a lot of sense to me. Script ASICs like Litecoin and Dogecoin, those make a lot of sense. It's always these oddball ASICs that I feel like people lose just a lot of money on, like the Monero ASIC that just got announced, the Caspa ASICs. I mean, take it as you want, but if it's not like Bitcoin or Script, it's and it has to also be at scale. Then it makes sense completely. I understand it, but I don't know. I've never really been a big fan of it. So let's see. We got some other comments.
They just say putting a 120 millimeter fan on it, it cools down instantly.
Yeah, Hobbyist Miner saying a terrible design. Yeah, I was at the data center in Melbourne, and Mike or Hot Crypto had like 5 of them like set up or something for clients, because obviously these things are making less and less every day as there's they're getting on the network. So we put them up for clients before deploying them where they're going to be. So we got them up as soon as possible for that. But man, I walked over to them and those things are like almost on fire. Like it is so hot you can't touch it, and it's cold in the data center. It's like 74 degrees, constant air moving. There's not much on in there, and these things are hot.
So
like,
the heat sinks are getting that hot?
Yeah, they're super hot. It's like,
no shit.
I didn't even know 65 watts could get that hot.
I mean, it's like there was a equivalent of an incandescent light bulb, right? A 65 watt incandescent light bulb can get like burning hot and burn your finger if it was on first. So I get it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and I think the best thing for those probably would be like some kind of shelf or like something with airflow, right? Because the whole thing is like, it hurts the hold too. Even if it's not hot, it hurts the hold because the whole thing is a heat sink. So it's like this spiky heat sink, almost like those little heat sinks that they would put on the back of GPUs, like on the memory, and like sit on it so it dissipates some heat. It's like a giant one of those, and it gets so fucking hot. Detroit Irish 65 watt incandescent bulb gets hot. Yeah, that is true. I didn't think about that.
I think I'll get one when it comes down to maybe like $200 or something.
Yeah,
that's when it'll be like the lottery. I mean, they've came down considerably lately, but I'm at $200. That's my thought. Yeah, why not? Yeah. I'll try it. It's something else.
Bacon, Eggs, and Ash said his power brick gets really hot, but not the actual ASIC. Yeah, it's also on a power brick, like a laptop charger type thing. I don't know.
It's a regular plug too. It's not even like a 6-pin or anything else. It's just a regular laptop charger plug.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're saying the Traveler's Travel is saying it's a wire rack. Yeah, I think that's probably best. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the whole thing is like a heat sink, so you want to have air flowing through it, and we don't have that right now at Terra. These things are just like sitting on a shelf. It's not. There's no air moving, through the heat sink part of it. So I definitely think that thing could have been designed a little bit better.
Right.
But yeah, Hobbyist Miner said terrible design. Yeah, I agree 100%. But yeah, I don't know. It's not huge ASIC guy, but I've seen ASIC farms, hundreds of ASICs that are set up, and then when you run the numbers on that, it's like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. But you really gotta be at scale, in my personal opinion.
By the numbers,
yeah.
It's by the numbers.
I think right now is a good time to buy them. Like I would personally purchase ASICs right now. Not a whole lot of them, but this is the time to kind of, for someone like me, to diversify a little bit into it, and that's because they're real cheap right now. But they're during the bull run. I mean, there were like L7s going for like 20 grand or something, and it's like it's just not sustainable. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Detroit Irish TVM, they're still making $3 a day. If HR doubles, you'll still be around $1 a day. Hash rate, ROI around 2 years, still not bad. Yeah,
it's not horrible.
Yeah. But it's how much more is going to go on the how high is the hash rate going to go? You never know. But yeah, I think the KSO is probably going to turn into something like the Mars lander. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of just a lottery ticket. Again, that's my personal opinion, but Um, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I would wait. You said it's
Yeah.
gonna be like the Mars lander, right? That's what I'm assuming too in the
Yeah, I
future.
mean, it's 65 watts, so I
It's
think
not
it's
rated made for that, but I think that's just like the 65 watts. You have a win-win situation no matter what, in a way.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
do it as a whatchamacallit, like just looking for blocks or something like that. See if it hits a block. Do solo mining. I mean, people are hitting blocks with them now, aren't they? Once in a while.
I
think.
honestly I don't know enough
I think so.
about it.
But
But
it is what it is.
yeah, we have some clients that are buying. I don't know what the big boy ones are, but we have an ASIC client now that every month he's going to be sending us stuff, and he's buying a lot of these Caspa miners, like the heavy duty ones. I don't know which one it is, but I know it's 3,500 watts because he called me and asked about that. So
I don't know. You have the KS1 or something. I think it is.
I don't know.
Or 2 or 3. I don't. I think it's a 3.
Yeah, Detroit Irish are saying KS3, KS3L. It's one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I see more people getting into it, but I think as it'll probably even out like all these do. Like everyone was rushing to buy them, right? Because the KSO was making like $25 a day, and it was like, wow, this is crazy. But now I don't think many people are buying KSO. So, kind of like Detroit Irish said, it's making $3 a day. I think that would ward off a lot of people. But for people that have them now, the ROI is still not bad. You know what I mean? It's 65 watts. It's not a whole lot of overhead on it. So like, the flood of people will slow down. So maybe it'll turn into the same thing as like Litecoin miners, right? Like L7s and stuff, where it's like the L7 is making less and less every day, but it's kind of hitting like a equilibrium point almost for electrical rates when you're comparing it to electrical rates and what it makes.
So apparently the KSOs are about 550 because Travelers saying that the KS will still go up. So I'm fixing to order my second KSO for 550. So,
yeah. And Brian Hollywood saying his KSO ROI in less than 30 days. That's crazy. Yeah. That's great. See, that's also another thing with ASICs, right? Is you got to like get them right when they come out. If you either got to like, pull the trigger or not, because if you wait until, the first couple shipments come out, then by the time you get it, it's, you know what I mean? It's not going to be what you think. Let's see. Gordon Murray, what's up, dude? Bitmain KS3 are still being shipped, and they're doing another batch. Yeah. Time traveler, or not? Why do I keep saying time traveler? But I've been watching too many alien movies recently, Dave. The Traveler's Travels. My first KSO was making 38 a day when ordered, but 4 a day when received. Yeah.
Jeez.
That's difficulty is going way higher. Yeah, it is. 1,200 for the first KSO. Yeah, it's rough. That's again why I kind of veer away from stuff like this. And
I mean, you never entertained them though, right, Mike? Just what you do, you don't ever, right? Like it's just like you follow it, but you just don't really like. You're like, I don't care, really.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like if it's too good to be true, it probably is. But like I said, I would get into Bitcoin and script ASICs.
Right. I understand that.
Especially with prices right now. I've seen like 100 terahash S19s or 94 terahash S19s going for like $600 or $550 or something like that. Then it's like, okay, maybe put a little bit into it. You know what I mean? But during bull markets and stuff like that, it's like I'm not going to touch it. You know what I mean? When these miners are like 20 grand for something, no way. You know what I mean? No way. It's kind of like GPUs, right? It's the same thing, but GPUs, it's less. Like GPUs can be used for something else. Like ASICs are literally application specific. You know what I mean? So like it can turn into a doorstop overnight. You don't know. You know what I mean? And I saw it firsthand happen multiple times with different ASICs. So I don't know. GPUs in my head, it's always like this, right? Like it's like, okay, I might be overpaying for this GPU a little bit, but I can always liquidate if I want to. I can always get rid of it. I can always sell it on eBay. People are going to use it for gaming. There's other applications for it, but that was always so scary about ASICs. It's just like, it's not, overnight it could be worthless. But if you're buying them up for $600, it's like, okay, that's a risk that you can take. You know what I mean? But not when they're $6,000-$7,000. But
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Just let's see. Oh, Mass Boost. What's going on, man? Just looking at the KSO, I've gotten $4.65 worth in the past day. Yeah, that's still great. 65 watts, making $4.65 a day. I mean, that's awesome.
I mean, if you have it, you use it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm still interested in it, but I'm not gonna really overpay at this point for it. I think it's just overpaying right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But maybe a trade or something like that. If I do a trade for something else, that might work out. Barter,
Yeah.
I thought about that too.
What, just kind of flipping stuff around?
Yes, maybe just barter something crypto related to get it as well. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
But
there we go.
Well, they're 449.
Oh, they got some big ones. Oh, you can buy control boards for it now. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to get
What
some.
is this? It's just one control board, isn't it? Maybe
It's the
two.
same
It's probably
one.
just one.
Looks like it's identical, but they have different. It's probably the firmware or something that's on it.
Oh, that's for the KS2. What about the KSO?
Where-
It said KS2 and 3 and 1. I don't
God,
think they have
these
the board.
laptop chargers are so sketchy for that KSO.
I don't get it.
know. That's the thing with that much heat over time, it's gonna have problems, I think. But
The worst case scenario, you could open it up.
yeah, these are interesting. The design is it's wild, but yeah, you can't. I guess it has brackets there for a fan if you wanted to put one there. But I know Hobbyist made a video with like Noctua fans that helped out. But yeah, these things even hurt to hold. I mean, it's like a spiky. It's like holding a crab or something like that, or like a lobster. I know it's a weird, way to say it, but
449, huh? Jesus.
yeah. Let's see, bacon eggs. Bitcoin had a pump, and I paid for mine in Bitcoin, so technically I didn't lose much. I'm just trying to justify it. I do the same exact thing, man. Same thing. I'm like, well, it would have been worth this.
I think I'm gonna barter with Brian Hollywood. I think he might have something I'm looking for. We'll see. Maybe the next live stream I might have something different. We'll see.
Detroit Irish is saying at TVM, when is the 6-pin VGA KSO power adapter cables?
I mean, it probably could get converted over. It's 12 volts, but it's not even a 6-pin though. It's only one power, one ground. So
Is that what it is?
yeah, 65 watts is one power, one ground. It's just that pin right there. If you open that up, it's just a power and a ground.
Right here?
Yeah, that's all it is. That's 12 volts. It has 12 volts going into the unit. That's why you need the power supply, because you're converting the 110 over to 12 volts.
Yeah.
Travel's saying 19 volts for the KSO. No, I remember looking at the power supply and the little pin is 12 volts. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn, because I was reading the back of the power supply. I'm like, well, how many, is it a regular adapter and everything like that? You need 6-pin to circle adapter plug. Yeah, they have those. You have the like those plugs, the circle plugs, Mike, and they put them into like 6. I mean, I could probably make them.
Yeah, it's like a little router or a network switch type thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the laptop charges and bursts into flames. It gives people other options too. I mean, wouldn't it be easier if you had like if someone's using a server PSU and they have some other shit that's on there, and then you could just plug that, the barrel plug right into a 6-pin,
Yeah.
I mean, anything's possible, but
Yeah, to get away from these. I mean, they should have just put a 6-pin on there. You know what I mean? But
well, that's overpowered. It doesn't need it though. 65 watts, Mike.
yeah, but
That's
I mean,
why they did
these
that.
laptop chargers are super hot. You know what I mean? Like
It doesn't matter to them. You know that.
Yeah. No, I know.
As long as you can freaking plug it in and it works for more than 30 days, I guess they feel like they did their job, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's what it amounts to. So I mean, oh yeah, Bitmain PSU run like 15 KSOs. Oh yeah, but I mean, just think about it. Like Bitmain, they're a large company, and look what's after time, the 18 gauge wires they start to melt or just get all brown and everything else, right?
Hmm.
So it's functional for a certain amount of time, but the whole key to trying to get better quality, or like the wires, for instance, that I make, or you can get out there, you just want to try to get the longevity a little bit longer. Nothing's made forever. That's the bottom line. But you want to get more reliability and just try to have these wires, stay up and running longer. That's all.
Yeah.
But like I'm going through the same situation right now with the mini Doge. I put the cheap 6-pin connector on there. I actually brought a Molex connector. I'm going to do a video again on it, but this is it. So now the current draw, I know my wires for a fact can hold it without a question. It's like 200 and something watts, right? It definitely can hold it. But can that 6-pin pin that goes on the board hold the wattage for long term? Some people are like, I think they do the firmware and they actually put less wattage out of that 6-pin for the mini Doge. I want to run that thing full bore.
Yeah.
So I purchased, I had to buy a decent amount, but I purchased a 6-pin Molex connector that's rated for the wattage. So let's see what happens. I think that's going to be a really good test.
Yeah.
So I'm going to resolder it. I'm going to do a video on it and see what goes, see what happens.
Yeah.
That's all.
I see Crypto Craig saying I don't want brown wires. That's never good.
No.
Ted saying the power breaks are less than 50 cents. It's easy to get a replacement. Yeah, it is. So it's I don't know.
Yeah.
Just when I go around and I kind of just like touch everything in the data center. I'm not supposed to, but like I'll it's just these things are screaming hot. I can't imagine these things in like a hot garage or something like that.
I mean, if you're saying they're that hot already, and then you have it on a norm, 85 degree, 89 degree garage, holy shit.
Yeah. It's
my garage
crazy.
on a norm is like 83 degrees. I don't put this. I have a mini split in there. I haven't put it on yet, but I think once I start building a little bit more advanced AI rigs and then the proof of use for work, I'm gonna have to probably put the mini split on just to keep it more comfortable.
Yeah. Detroit Irish is saying, wait, what's wrong with the mini Doge?
Oh no, it's just the 6-pin that I resoldered on, but I just got something from eBay really quick because I wanted to get it up and running. It's the one I got from DJ Mines, and it was burnt from him. I fixed it, but I had a feeling that it was gonna burn or melt after a certain time, and I think it was like 2 months, and then it started getting brown, and I saw it.
Oh, I did see your video on that, I think.
Yeah, you saw my connector.
Yeah.
My wires and it got brown, but it didn't burn the pins at all. My pins aren't burnt. It was just the heat, basically like browning the outside. But the pins were like perfectly fine. But the pins on the freaking mini Doge are crap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put a Molex rated 6-pin on there. I know that I'll be able to solder it correctly without a question, and then go from there. So then, is it the board, or what? Basically, can you just basically, because I don't know, I don't think everybody, but a lot of people have wires burnt from the mini Doge. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But let's see. Bacon, eggs, and hash. I have the power brick on mine sitting on a fiberglass food tray just in case there's an accident. Yeah. It's probably not a bad idea.
Right.
But yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting. I was looking at the KSOs when they first came out, thinking, maybe I'll jump in, but I don't know. Maybe I still will. Later down the road. That thing has to. Maybe they'll have a second revision. Or actually, no. Someone said they're discontinuing it. So, I don't know. We'll see. But with the price of ASICs coming down, I don't know. I might dabble, Dave. I don't know. We'll see.
Uh-oh. Really? You gonna get
I kind of want to diversify. Like well, no, I sold some of my rigs, bought some AI stuff, doing that, and maybe I'll sell, another rig or something, and then get, 2 or 3, S19s. I don't know. I know the new Bitcoin miners are coming out, so see, I think buying those new right when they come out, especially during a bear market, is a good buy. You know, I wouldn't say good, great, or it's very close to good. It's between medium and good, Dave, but it's
Okay.
I don't think it would be an unwise decision to do it. But I don't know.
It all depends what you get yourself into.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
We're always dabbling into the unknown. That's the bottom line, Mike. It's the unknown. So it's a matter of what do you feel comfortable if it doesn't work that you can lose. That's how I look at things. What do I feel comfortable? Let's just say I want to get a KSO or something like that, right? Do I feel comfortable losing this amount of money if this thing goes to shit tomorrow or the next following day that I get it? Or by the time I get it, it already went to shit. So that's what I look at. You know?
Yeah, you got everyone has their own risk tolerance, right?
Exactly.
So, so you just got to kind of analyze it like that. Ovalboard is saying free financial advice. Yeah. Actually, I'm selling everything. I'm going all in on NFTs. They're at the bottom. This is the bottom.
Oh, Jesus. NFT. I can't get into that. I don't know. I have nothing against it. I just cannot get into that.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. Just like, like ASICs are not for you at all. You don't entertain them. I just can't get into that. So now Ted was saying, so it sounds like the pins are mismatched, so it does not have the proper tolerances. Gee, sounds like a mill grade. Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, because you have so many points of failures. Number one, you're gonna have a server board that's the breakout board is a point of failure. Unfortunately, it is. That's just a point of failure right there. You have a wire, whatever wire you're using, that's going to be a point of failure as well. And the connection to this unit that they make, they're not going through schematics or engineering diagrams and saying, hey, this is a spec that we need to follow. No, they know that these 6 pins work for all the other shit that they make. And basically, it is what it is. Like, I'm literally gonna put a spec 6 pin on this Doge miner, mini Doge, and it's either the board can't handle it and it's burning everything up because the board can't handle it, or it's the freaking connector. That's it. Because I can eliminate. I'm not to say anything. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, my wires are the best or whatever the case may be, but I know that my wires are going to be able to hold that 6 pin without a question. So it's proven. My 6 pins have been gone. There's been some crazy ass wattage that's gone through my 6 pins or 8 pins or whatever the case may be. Actually, the wires that I do for the APW7s and W3s. So on that note, we'll see. I'm going to be working on a video on that and hopefully just get it up and running again. But we've been going on for a while now, huh, Mike?
Yeah, I think it's about 10:30. We've been on for about an hour 45. I think we're probably going to wrap it up here, guys. It's been a long day, so
enough with the magic China boxes, huh?
Yeah, enough with the magic China boxes. But all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you next week. Dave's going to be hosting, so
yeah, I think we're just like every time we take shows, like, oh yeah, you're hosting.
Yeah, Dave's going to be hosting. It'll be great, right, Dave?
Yeah. Jesus.
All right, guys. Well, everyone have a good night. We'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for joining.